Quarter-final places were up for grabs on day 7 of the Sony Open Tennis. World number 1 and home favourite Serena Williams was the star attraction on stadium. Her opponent, Slovakian world number 14, Dominika Cibulkova. Cibulkova lost to Williams in their only other meeting, so knew she would need to find her best tennis, and she did just that.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is champagne tennis.
Williams had struggled early on in her third-round match with Ayumi Morita before taking the first set, but there was to be no such comeback against Cibulkova.
Well, the crowd is stunned.
Things continued to go the way of the 13th seed in the second set. Leading a set and a break, it appeared she could do no wrong. But true to form, Williams came back strongly, running off 5 games in a row to level the match.
What a volley. A reaction volley. No emotion from Williams, but the crowd certainly liked it.
Despite dropping serve early in the decider, Cibulkova, a finalist in Sydney at the start of the year, didn't give up.
Excellent ball placement. She set up that point very well.
However, she was soon down a double break and her hopes of securing victory looked all but over.
And Serena Williams is now just 1 game away.
Williams completing a remarkable turnaround in style.
Game, set, match, Williams.
Regarded as one of the greatest players ever to grace the courts, and she's shown us today what a true champion she is.
Earlier, China's Li Na was in action against wildcard Garbine Muguruza. The Spanish teenager knocked out former world number 1 Caroline Wozniacki to progress to the last 16, but it was Li who made the better start here.
Beautiful play from Li Na.
The world number 5 raced into a 5-1 lead in the first set, but errors began to creep into her game, allowing her opponent to draw level.
She's continuing to call the shots, and the unforced errors continue to mount up against Li Na.
Li also let a lead slip in the tiebreak, but she eventually clinched it 8 points to 6.
And that will do it. She finally is able to seal the deal, Li Na, on her 6th chance to close out the opening set. And she has done it after 1 hour and 3 minutes.
The former French Open champion carried her momentum into the second and broke early on.
Make that 3 of 5.
And a mistake from the 19-year-old handed her a place in the last 8.
She hands it over on a platter. A disappointing end for Garbine Muguruza, the 19-year-old wildcard. Has been beaten in straight sets here on the stadium court.
Meanwhile, over on grandstand, defending champion and world number 4 Aga Radwanska faced rising star Sloane Stephens. There wasn't much to separate the pair in the opening set, and a single break was enough for Stephens to edge it 6-4.
Solid display in that opening set from Sloane Stephens. Disappointment from our defending champion, Aga Radwanska.
Radwanska broke early in the second set, but shots like this from Stephens proved she wasn't out of it.
Oof, wow. Tell you what, she is one of the hardest hitters on the tour.
The 20-year-old lacked the consistency she'd shown in the first, though, and Radwanska broke 3 times to level the match.
That'll do it. Really lifting her level in the second set, the defending champion.
And the pole upped her game even further in the decider, racing through without the loss of a game to make it safely through into the quarterfinals.
Oh, squeezes it just wide, and that'll do it. The world number 4 will continue her quest to defend her title.
Into the night session, and Russia's Maria Sharapova and Czech Klara Zakopalova went head-to-head. Sharapova, aiming for her 2nd title in a row after winning in Indian Wells last week, had the better of the early exchanges, and it wasn't long before she was a double break ahead.
Dominating from the off.
And the world number 2 soon had the first set wrapped up.
Another big serve, and that's the first set to Sharapova.
Zakopalova fought to save 4 match points, but she couldn't stop Sharapova claiming victory on the 5th time of asking.
Well, there it is. She had to work hard in the end in that 8th game of the 2nd set, but she does go through.